Lesson 1-2, Concept 2, solving two-step equations that have fractions in them. So there's actually two different methods for solving equations when they have fractions in them. All right. The first one is to multiply by the lowest common denominator, or the least common denominator. It is always effective to use this method, and you should get the correct answer. It might require more calculations on some problems than the second method. All right. So when we're looking at a problem, and I'll actually have two examples for each one, we're going to multiply by the least common denominator, and that's going to have the effect of getting rid of all of our fractions. Our fractions just disappear. Okay. The one thing, or the one area where students can sometimes make a mistake is, yes, we're used to saying whatever you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other. But you're going to have to make sure that since we have different terms, if you're multiplying, you are going to have to multiply whatever your least common denominator is by every single term, not just once on each side. Okay. So I have a 6, a 3, and a 3 for my denominators. So I know my least common denominator is going to be 6 because 3 is a factor. So if I multiply by 6, multiply by 6, and multiply by 6, my 6's will cancel. 6 times 1 is going to be 6, but 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. So I'm going to end up with that one canceling, equaling y, plus, and you can either do it that way or you can pull the 3 out first, right? If we divide both of those by 3, this ends up being 2. 2 times 1, y plus 2 equals, and same thing over here. This becomes a 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And now I've gotten rid of all my fractions. It should be a very easy problem to solve. So subtract 2, y equals 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, so the next problem, we're going to do another example of that. This one just has a little bit more complicated denominators on the fractions, but it should work the same way. All right. However, now our largest denominator, all right, our least common denominator is not going to be underneath our variable. So you're going to see, that it actually does add one step that you're going to have to do. So our least common denominator is again going to be 21. All right, because 3 and 7 are both factors of 21, so we multiply each term by 21. And we can take the 3 out of there. 3 divided by 21 is 7. 7 divided by 21 divided by 7 is 3. And then 21 and 21 is going to be 1. So we have 7 times y, or 7y, plus 3 times 2, plus 6, and then equals 1. All right. Now, what happened with that is that now we have a multiplication problem. So now we're back to kind of a normal two-step equation where we have a number times our variable. So we have to go through the same steps to get rid of that. It's disconnected, or it's separate. So we're going to start by subtracting 6 from both sides. Cancel that. And we end up having 7y equals negative 5. And then we divide out our number, put that on the bottom, cancel, and we're left with y y equals negative 5 over 7. So you can see that this one took a little bit longer because the denominators were a little bit harder to work with, but we're still able to get the correct answer. Okay. Now, the other way of doing things is using fraction operations. All right, and this is basically solving the problem the same way you would if it didn't have fractions in it. Okay, we use the same methods. So we're going to use inverse operations. These two terms are disconnected. So my first step is going to be to subtract 1/3 and subtract 1/3. 2/3 minus 1/3 is going to be 1/3. So I have y over 6 equals 1/3. To get rid of this denominator, I'm going to multiply by 6, multiply by 6, and those will cancel. And I'll have y equals 6 over 3, or I can cross cancel those. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And you can see we do get the same answer, and we probably saved a little bit of time doing it this way for this problem. Now, if I'm trying to do that for the other problem that has a little bit more complicated denominators, I'm still going to go through the same steps, right? So my first step is to subtract 2/7 and subtract 2/7. These still get to cancel, but now I've got an issue because I have different denominators and I'm subtracting them. So what do I have to do? I have to convert this. I have to multiply this by 3, multiply this by 3. So that is going to be 6 over 21. And I have 1 over 21 minus 6 over 21, which is going to be a negative 5 over 21. Oops, I got it on the wrong side, but that's fine. And that will equal y over 3. Multiply both sides by 3. Cross cancel. I have 3 times negative 5 over 21. I can factor this out. And this divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And I end up with y equals negative 5 over 7. So you can see in this situation, using method 2, it's actually a bit more work and it's easier to make mistakes than using the least common denominator method. So if you have a fraction problem that is fairly easy to solve, method 2 is probably faster. If you have a problem that is a little more complicated, method 1 is going to be a little faster, and it is always, I think, going to be a little more accurate. Okay, it's going to be a little harder to make mistakes using the first method. And that's it.